Hi everyone and welcome back to the Screen Verdict. I'm Girinandini Sharma and today we're going to be performing a bit of a cinematic triage. We're sprinting across a high-stakes genre map, tearing through everything from sharp-tongued comedy thrillers and heavy-hitting social dramas to adrenaline-soaked world of global espionage. I've got 3 stories on the chopping block today and I'm here to decide which ones deserve a spot on your watch list and which ones are just expensive background noise. Our very first film for this week is highly awaited Dhurandhar The Revenge, which is a high-octane 4-hour cinematic ambush that tears up the prequel's blueprint to build something far more ferocious. Director Aditya Dhar goes all in, shifting from the soft hints of the first film to an unapologetic political manifesto where art meets ideology with zero filters. Using archival footage of PM Narendra Modi's swearing in and 2016 demonetization address, the film frames the policy as a strategic masterstroke against terror funding, sending theatres into a frenzy of whistles. But be warned, this isn't a political drama, it's a brutal sensory assault where the violence is dialed to the max. We're talking about limbs flying, heads rolling, and a default setting of gritty, foul-mouthed realism that makes the prequel look like a rehearsal. At the center of this carnage is Ranveer Singh as Babbar Sher Hamza, a literal force of nature who strides across the screen like a colossus, nailing a kaleidoscope of emotions from visceral hurt to lethal fury. This bone-crunching choreography is backed by a pulse-pounding Shashwat Sachdev score that makes tracks like Ari Ari the film's literal heartbeat. And Sanjay Dutt's maxed-out swag will keep you pinned to your seat. From the gritty backstories of a Punjab village to the slick, high-stakes maneuvers in Karachi, Dhar proves that while history belongs to the dead, this high-decibel, blood-soaked new India cinema belongs to the bold, and for this we'll give it 3 stars. Now coming on to our next movie, No Other Choice. Now forget the usual 10 AM traffic rage or the hollow comfort of a salary day iPhone upgrade. Park Chan-wook's No Other Choice transforms corporate desperation into a cold-blooded 9-to-5 murder spree. Driven by the dehumanizing reality of being replaced by machines, Lee Byung-hun delivers a chameleonic masterclass to Man Soo-yu, a family man who decides that the only way to apply for a new position is to literally eliminate the competition. This film is a darkly hilarious double-X sensory experience where the first fumbled murder feels like the awkward workmanship of a first day on the job, eventually evolving into a primal obsession mirrored by the wild, untamed growth of the bonsai trees in the glittering glass greenhouse. While the 2-hour 20-minute runtime occasionally trips over the unnecessary subplots, the ingenious binocular iris shots and Son Ye-jin's sharp performance as the family's secret keeper keep the tension electric. It's a beautifully crafted, visceral reminder that in the corporate rat race, the most dangerous predator isn't the machine. It's the man willing to do anything to stay in the running, proving that even if you win, you're still just a rat. And for this, we'll give it 4 stars. So our last series for today is Chiraiya, which is less a cinematic masterpiece and more a blunt, uncomfortable excavation of the perfect Indian household. Set against a backdrop of Lucknowi charm and performative feminism, the series follows the character of Kamlesh, played by Divya Datta, a compliant matriarch whose world fractures when her beloved brother-in-law repeatedly rapes his new bride. While the show suffers from the heavy-handed dialogue and the melodramatic staging of a 2000s soap opera, its power lies in its refusal to offer easy redemptions or clean characters. It strips away the rose-tinted veneer of a domestic bliss to reveal a chilling reality where badnami or dishonor is feared more than violence, and where even liberal men wear their progressiveness like a removable kurta. It is a pedestrian, often patronizing piece of filmmaking, yet it remains vital for its audacity to speak an unpalatable truth in a visual language that the country cannot help but recognize. So this series truly deserves 3 stars. So that's a wrap on this session of Screen Verdict. Catch us next week when we call the next big release to the stand. See you at the hearing.